Hey guys, and welcome to Pixel Cherry Ninja's channel. In this video we are going to be talking about Shadow of the Ninja Reborn. What is Shadow of the Ninja Reborn? Well, it's a new version, call it a remaster of a NES game called Shadow of the Ninja. Now, I know nothing of the original game, nothing at all. I played stuff on the NES. I had a NES for a period of time, but I knew nothing of this game. If I had played the original back in the day, yes, I would have liked it, right? But what I did see of this game, or Shadow of the Ninja Reborn, when I saw trailers for it, I was like, yes, this is right up my street. And the reason this game is up my street, and the reason it may be up your street, if you're like me, a kid of the late 80s, a kid of the 90s, someone that spent time in the arcade playing games, right? My favorite hobby, me and my friends for a certain period of time, especially when we were in secondary school or high school, I think as you guys call it in the USA, we always went to the arcades. When we played stuff like Shinobi, Shadow Dancer, Golden Axe, Alien Storm, Street Fighter, Bad Dudes vs Dragon Ninja, Robocop. Well, there's too many games to list, right? But we were into action style arcade games, right? Whether they were side scrollers, beat 'em ups, even like racing games, fighters. Yeah, we were in the arcade, right? We were pretty much playing every game that was out there, right? So this Shadow of the Ninja Reborn, when I saw the trailers for it, I was like, wow, this is right up my street. So when I got offered the review copy, I was like, oh yes, I'm definitely gonna check this out and do a video on it, because you know what? It's a game that if I didn't get offered the review copy, I would have bought it anyway, right? Because I just like the way that it looks. Now, when I found out there was an original NES version, I had to go check it out. I ran the NES version, and guys, honestly, I was amazed by it. Back in the day, if I had this on the NES, yes, this would have been a go-to game. It would have been a game I would have sat around my friend's house, or friends would have come around to my house, and we would have taken turns trying to complete it, because that's what we did, right? If the games, you kind of stuck around, you hung around with each other, you know, you chilled. This is what we did when we were young, and we completed games together. I definitely would have done that. I just feel like it's a shame that I never knew about this game, but hey, there's a lot of games out there and we can't possibly play all of them. Now, I'm super happy that I actually can play this, and wow, what a game, guys, right? So straight away from the original, I noticed there are some improvements, some differences. It is a newer game. Yes, it uses that additional horsepower that we've got on modern machines. Now, I'm playing this on the PC. The footage that you're seeing here is captured via Steam on the PC. I did try it on my Steam Deck and it plays absolutely perfect. No issues with the Steam Deck, and there's no reason why it shouldn't work on the Steam Deck, right? It's not exactly pushing modern machines to its limit. Now, the weapons, your attacks in this are very, very good. When I played the original, you kind of have like one weapon and then you pick up different weapons as you go along. In this one, you've got your main melee attack. You can press a button to swap your weapon, and you can cycle through a whole bunch of different weapons as you collect them as you're progressing through the level. So you may pick up a ninja star, you may pick up bombs, you may pick up like some really big weird bat, you may pick up like a flamethrower. There's a whole host of weapons in here. In the original, you kind of swap weapons when you pick one up. Now, in the Reborn version, you've got like a chain attack. It kind of reminds me almost similar to a Castlevania attack, if we're talking Super Castlevania, or something like Bloodlines, where you've got like an 8-way attack. Now, you've got an 8-way attack in Reborn. What's really cool is when you jump up, you can even aim it like diagonally down, which you can't do in the original. One criticism I do have about Reborn is I wish if you had an additional button for your secondary weapon, right? So you've got your melee attack, and then you've got another button that's dedicated to like your chain attack, right? Or your chain weapon attack. Now, what you can do is if you press a button to swap your main melee weapon over, you can pick out of like a second weapon, right? Which, depending on what you've got picked up, you can cycle through them. So it might be bomb, ninja star, flamethrower, etc. But once you select that, and also if you're selecting a health item, it is along the same with that, right? So you can pick ninja star, bomb, flamethrower, or like a food item that you can eat, right? And then once you've selected that, you've got a button that swaps between your main melee weapon and whatever secondary item or weapon you've chosen. I personally think if there was a dedicated button to that second weapon, it really would benefit the flow of combat. So you could go in with your sword, use your chain, and as you kind of move back, you could dash a ninja star or a bomb at the enemy without having to swap weapons. But that's just my criticism. I'm kind of used to playing Dead Cells to some extent, where you've got so many different buttons for traps and weapons that you really can like make combos up with a variety of weapons, right? By all means, this isn't enough to put me off the game. I really like the game. And when you do play this game, you realize the reason I say it's very, very true to those arcade games of the 80s and the 90s. You go through the level, you learn enemy patterns, you get to a boss, the boss will usually obliterate you the first time you play it. But as you keep going in, playing it, you die, you play, you die, you play. What will happen is you'll recognize the patterns, combine that with some dexterity, some really, really good reflexes, and you'll end up owning that boss and well, progressing to the next level. I am having a lot of fun with this. This is the main game that I'm currently playing whenever I get an opportunity to play stuff when I'm not filming videos. Now, so the original, let's go back to the original, right? The original was released in 1990 for the NES. It was known in Japan as Yami no Shiga Toten Kage, and apparently there was actually a Game Boy version planned as well, which later went on to become the Ninja Gaiden or Ninja Gaiden Shadow on the Game Boy DMG. And guys, if you haven't checked out Ninja Gaiden Shadow on the Game Boy DMG, it is really, really good. So the plot of this game, as described by Wikipedia, it says in 2029, the evil Emperor Garoda has taken over the United States of America, building a stronghold in the middle of the nation's largest city to stop Garuda or avenge the innocent lives that were lost in his reign. Two ninja masters from the Iga clan, Lord Hayate and Lady Kaede, are sent to infiltrate the dictator's well-guarded stronghold and kill him. Okay, like your kind of traditional story. So in this game, it mentions the two characters. That's the two characters you can pick out of. Honestly, when I went between the characters, there wasn't a massive difference between them. When I was playing Shadow of the Ninja Reborn, I was playing it solo, but I can imagine this being a lot of fun with a friend. It would have been really nice if it had like an online multiplayer, so I could call my friend and go, hey, you've got this game too. Yeah, play it with me, because hey, you know what, we're in this era now where we don't socialize as much as we used to. And we do our gaming, we do a lot of it online, right? That couch co-op doesn't happen. I guess we're older now, right? We have our own responsibilities, and if I try and get my kids to play, they just want to play new games like Apex Legend, Minecraft, yada yada yada. But guys, definitely check this game out. If you like your arcade games, you like that fix, you like a little bit of a difficult game that's not impossible, that's challenging, and you can make your way through it, then this game may well be your jam. I also have to say here, guys, that I spoke to my contact that got me the review copy, and I said, look, is it possible to do a giveaway? Because I love doing giveaways for you guys on the channel. They said, look, it's a little bit early. Once the game's released, ask me again. So keep an eye on the channel. I'll either, if I do get an additional code to do a giveaway, I'll do it via a community post, or follow me over on Twitter. I'll make sure I tweet about it as well, so one of you guys can actually win a copy of this game. Guys, it's really, really good. Like, I would have bought this game if I didn't have the review copy. I'm just glad that one of the perks of having a YouTube channel is you do get offered stuff from time to time, and this was something I was looking forward to actually getting as a review copy, and you know what, behold, I actually got one. So that's it for this video, guys. It's a great game. The original is really good. Check it out on the NES if you haven't. This Reborn it's just fantastic. The way it flows, the way it plays, the way it looks, everything about it is really, really good. For me, this is a 10 out of 10 game, but I never kind of give review scores, right? I'm not really a review channel as such, right? So I'm not going to be like 89% or this is a solid 4.5. For me, this is a 10 out of 10 game, and I've explained why. I like that arcade action, and this game definitely delivers on that. Hopefully one day I'll have a friend around so I can actually do like 2-player cooperative. If not, I might have to use something like Parsec to make that wish come true. Anyway, guys, be absolutely awesome to one another. Let me know what you guys think of this game if you've picked it up, and yeah, look out for a giveaway if I do get another copy. Stay awesome, be awesome to one another. This is Pixel Cherry Ninja out.